Time now for the Sunday Roundtable, and joining us this morning are Republican political analyst Rob Gray and Democratic political analyst Marianne Marsh, is going on the disabled list with a... What did you do to your forearm here?
It's not even a good story.
Okay.
Yeah,
All I want to know is, can you pitch in the playoffs? That's all I care about.
For the Red Sox, sure.
Okay.
100%.
Low bar, right? Low bar.
Okay. Moving on to politics.
All right. You just heard Andrea Campbell here. How vulnerable is she in this final leg of the campaign for Attorney General? And we'll begin with you, Mary. Righty.
Not at all. I mean, the fact is that was a resounding victory in the primary. She benefits from Maura Healey being at the top of the ticket, who clearly has coattails, and she did a good job today. You know, I think she's sharpening her message, being more clear about what she's going to do. She's in terrific shape.
She says not at all. What do you say, Rob?
Yeah, her Republican opponent is unknown and has no money, so the Democratic primary was essentially the general election here, and Andrea Campbell won it.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to other news, Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, pulled a fast one, sending migrants from Venezuela to Martha's Vineyard this past week. Smart politics, or do you think it's going to backfire here, Rob?
Really smart politics. Ron DeSantis created a huge bump in his name ID and popularity in New Hampshire by doing this in the Boston media market, and in fact nationally, because it's been leading the national news the last couple days. So you could call it cynical, but politically, it was a brilliant move for DeSantis, who wants to be the GOP nominee for president.
I'm guessing, Marianne, that you disagree.
Backfires. I mean, it already is backfiring in Florida, where Venezuelans are a huge part of the voting population down there and feel like they got used. Then it was revealed that Ron DeSantis previewed all of this, sending migrants, asylum seekers to Martha's Vineyard last week to high donors, selling himself as a presidential candidate. And let's add to that the response by Martha's Vineyard, which shows people what America's really like and reminding them that makes Ron DeSantis look like the petty, small guy he is.
Could it affect the ballot question on driver's license, do you think, Rob?
It could, sure, but I think it's raised illegal immigration upwards. I think it probably helps the repeal of the illegal licenses for immigrants ballot question.
It does.
Right or
And
wrong?
let's just remind everybody at home that seeking asylum is legal in this country. Republicans have chosen to undermine it, ignore it, and all that. But asylum seekers, which these migrants are, fleeing the Maduro regime in Venezuela, is legal.
Next item, $3 billion. We now know that the nearly $3 billion in excess tax revenues here in the state will be given back to taxpayers in a refund of approximately 13% of your personal income tax liability. Marianne, did Governor Baker do the right thing?
I think we saw a trial balloon a week or two ago where he tried to split the baby and give some of it directly to taxpayers in Massachusetts and others through programming. But we never heard from Spilka on it. Mariano was having angst about it. Aaron Michaelwitz has things to say about it here. So I think there wasn't an appetite for that. Mm-hmm. And they're now saying the law says we have to do this, calling balls and strikes. It's going back to taxpayers.
What do you think, Rob?
I mean, credit to Citizens for Limited Taxation going back to the 1980s. They boxed in the politicians, making sure that they couldn't spend this surplus, and it worked. It's a simple law. It caps spending, and ultimately it works. So it's going to be a $3 billion tax cut.
The second time it's happened, right?
Second
Since
time,
the enactment of it.
and never at this level.
And never at this
It's going to be
level.
a huge tax cut for people.
$3 billion,
But
that's
it's
a lot of
important
money.
to follow the law, especially when you look at question one. If that prevails, that it makes clear where that money needs to go. So following the law here is important for all the ballot questions.
Let's talk about that national rail strike that would have devastated an already vulnerable economy, and it was averted at the last minute. So how much credit do we give former Boston Mayor Marty Walsh, who is now Biden's labor secretary?
I mean, I give him full credit, but not for settling the negotiation, which he did. I think this was always teed up to be settled. What I give Marty Walsh credit for is getting his boss a lot of credit with voters. They teed this up as something that was going to go south, and Joe Biden fixed it. Marty Walsh fixed it. Good for him. You get the political credit for Biden, but I think this was always going to be resolved.
Marianne?
Marty Walsh is the Forrest Gump of the Biden administration. He seems to pop up everywhere. He's in front of the Biden at Logan Airport. He's at the front of Biden at the Kennedy Library. He's at the Rose Garden standing next to Biden, and I'm thinking there's a cutout coming somewhere soon. Marty Walsh did his job. You're right. He teed him up, hosted the meeting and all that. Biden closed the deal.
The Forrest Gump.
I don't think he can run as fast.
You put a smile in my face. It was good. I want to talk about the two polls out. We were just talking about what you, Rob, generally believe for the Attorney General's race. Let's talk about the primary showing the distance anywhere between 18 and 26 percentage point lead for Maura Healey over Jeff Deal for governor. Rob, let me start with you. Can the next 7 weeks change Anything for Diehl? Much for Diehl?
Well, it's Sunday, right? So let me put it in football terms. Jeff, is it impossible? Well, Jeff Diehl has to essentially get a first down on 4th and 25 against the Chiefs, but not once, 5 times in a row. Virtually impossible. Virtually impossible.
So you're saying there's a little chance, is what you're saying.
He just doesn't have any money, way behind in the polls, and no money.
And it's clear this race now is a referendum on Donald Trump. Jeff Diehl tried to have it both ways last week when he was trying to distance himself and embrace him and distance himself. And it's clear there's no appetite for anyone who has anything to do with Trump. And he was repeating all the Trump lines during the primary. You can't all of a sudden, which all of them are doing, Bolduc up in New Hampshire, everywhere else, say, I was with Trump, but now I'm not. I'm kind of for abortion when I wasn't. The election was okay, even though I said, I was an election denier. That doesn't fly with voters.
So Mayor Wu's latest battle is with the U.S. Census Bureau. She's challenging Boston's 675,000 number of residents, saying college students and prisoners were severely undercounted. This, of course, means less federal money. So what are your odds for her winning this fight, Marianne?
She'll win. I mean, she's smart to go after it because it affects federal funding. The Biden administration knows that the Trump administration purposefully undercounted cities in particular. For that very reason, they're going to approve it.
Marianne, right?
I mean, listen, who knows if she's going to be successful? Maybe. But let's talk about why she did it this week. She did it this week to distract people from a Globe story about only 73% of buses getting kids to school on time, about massive traffic jams in the city. She did distract people a little bit, but that's why she's doing it.